Taking a little back rewind from last year's race, Jane Hendren beat Elizabeth Leachman, which Elizabeth Leachman, not in this year's field, has elected just to compete in the state of Texas this season. Which she would have been the next best runner right behind Hendren last year, the return. So Hendren is the reigning champion. Then Engelhardt was last year third in this race. Rylee Blade, as I talked about her already, she was fourth in this race last year. Hannah Thompson out of Montgomery right here in California was fifth in this race. She's a three-time California Division III state champion. And is trying to see if she can punch her ticket to a third Nike Cross Nationals later on this season. Chiara Dailey was eighth last year in this race out of La Jolla, California. Holly Barker from Trabuco Hills. And a lot of those top California athletes. And there you see to the front right now is Sadie Engelhardt with the iconic white headband. And then just right behind her in the white top is Jane Hendren. And to Engelhardt's left is Rylee Blade with the blue top for Santiago. A couple ladies are making their Woodbridge debuts. They're sisters from the state of Washington out of Mercer Island High School, Sophia Rodriguez and Victoria Rodriguez. Sophia, you kind of see her on your screen right now to your right with the jersey with the MI. Onto the outside, and actually her sister right now currently sitting in fifth position, just committed to Wake Forest University, was also the reigning Nike Outdoor Nationals steeplechase champion. Two of the best out of the Pacific Northwest making the trek down here to Southern California. So six girls starting to pull away, and maybe a seventh trying to hang on. It looks like Braylon Combe back there for Santiago. But it's Rylee Blade, Sadie Engelhardt, and Jane Hendren, as expected, in that top three mix. Blade coming off an exceptional race to start off the year at 15:47.9 at the A6 Cool Breeze Invitational. And most recently just signed with Florida State just this couple weeks ago. And Chiara Dailey in that mix. Victoria Rodriguez in there in sixth. And there you see Sophia Rodriguez working her way up, as we were going to expect that at some point. We know with Rodriguez, and she's told me this personally, like her starts aren't necessarily the greatest, as she says she gets out a little bit slower than she likes, and then eventually she makes her way up into that lead. So just about 4 minutes into this race, we have six girls that are single file here. And Sophia Rodriguez in that seventh position, making her way up into that lead group. It's about 4.5 now through this race, coming up to the first mile. There's the sixth, then the two chase back there. You see Hannah Thompson in the red top in eighth position. And just to wait now, just passing 5 minutes, and we're through the first mile. It looks like those results come in. It's now Jane Hendren into the lead for the first time, although they're all running the same exact time. So 5:11 for Hendren at the first mile. Then it's Peyton Meineke out of Riverdale Ridge in Colorado, ranked number 30 in the Diestat early season individual rankings, was 11th last year in this event. Then Englehart, Blade, Chiara, Dailey, and then the Rodriguez sisters 6th and 7th, and then Braylon Combe in that 8th position. And another Temp View athlete with Jane Hendren, who trains with her in the same high school, Lily Alder, battling out with Hannah Thompson in that 9th position. So through the first mile, even on the team side, Air Academy well behind, it looks like, as Santiago Corona 169 points through the first mile, just ahead of Buchanan. Then Flower Mound out of Texas. After graduating the Humphreys twins, they do return Alexandra Fox, who is currently 12th through that first mile. Lead changes again. Blade to the front now. Englehart in 2nd. Hendren 3rd. Dailey 4th. And Meineke 5th. Victoria Rodriguez back there in 6th position. So if these girls were to keep the same pace that they had through that first mile, they're running right around that national record time of 15:32.5 that Hendren set last year, again in that all-time classic race between her and Elizabeth Leachman that was just separated by 0.4 of a second. And now Chiara Dailey moving up on the inside right next to Sadie Englehart in 3rd position, but still Jane Hendren, the defending champion, still in contact with our lead group. But so far, it's really been Rylee Blade out front for the majority of this race and has controlled the tempo from the start. Now you see Sophia Rodriguez into that 6th position, just right behind Peyton Meineke. Braylon Combe falling back into 10th position. Now we see a couple of Air Academy teammates. I believe that's Tessa Walter and Jordan Banta. And after that first mile was Santiago Corona, 169. Buchanan, 206 points. And Lewisville Flower Mound, a close 3rd, just 3 points behind Buchanan at 209 points. Their defending champions, Air Academy, after the first mile, they were 7th with 302 points.
Nevertheless, good showdown here. It's the first major meet in the nation where so much talent locks up head to head. At the mile mark, it's Jane Hendren at Temp View, 5:11.2. Peyton Meineke of Riverdale Ridge.
It was 5:11.2 at that first mile with Hendren with the lead. Surpassing 9.5 minutes now and coming up onto the 2 mile. Senior Het leading this way. 3 seniors actually, and then you had Chiara Dailey, a junior, in that top 4 mix. Just waiting for them to pass right by. And they've gone through 2 miles now. It remains Rylee Blade, then Jane Hendren, Chiara, Dailey, and Sadie Englehart. All four still in contention here with a mile to go. So Blade's starting to try to pull away here and set the tempo, go faster. 5:05 on that last mile by Blade, so 6 seconds faster from what they ran on their first mile, as the pace ramping up here in the latter stages of this race. Englehart now falls off pace. She's right there in fourth, but Chiara Dailey still hanging on in that third position, as it continues to be Rylee Blade out front and our defending champion Hendren in second position. Englehart now falling off the pace, about 15, almost 20 meters behind Dailey. Lily Alder now moves up into sixth position, trying to run down Englehart. There's Sophia Rodriguez and Hannah Thompson also in that mix. Then here's Peyton Meineke, Victoria Rodriguez, and then Braylon Combe of Santiago. Now Lewisville Flower Mound moves up into first in the team race. No Texas school has ever won the sweepstakes team title. South Lake Carroll has finished twice, both in 2019 and 2022. So some history could be made on the team side if Flower Mound's able to hang on here in the end. So just 20 points ahead of Santiago Corona. And Ventura moves up into third. Both teams ranked lower than Santiago. Santiago number 5 in the country, Ventura number 13. And then Flower Mound number 21. 12 and a half minutes through. And the battle for a Woodbridge cross-country title is on the line between two of the best seniors and one of the best underclassmen in the country. Rylee Blade, Jane Hendren, and Chiara Dailey. Just over 13 minutes now. That national record 15:32.5 within sights. So here comes Rylee Blade as she starts to pull away from Chiara Dailey, and Hendren back in third, the defending champion now out from 10 meters behind from Rylee Blade. Englehart in fourth, Lily Alder now in fourth, Thompson in fifth, and Englehart back into sixth. But it's Rylee Blade opening up the gap on Chiara Dailey. The lead has grown to 10 meters now. The Florida State signee finished fourth in this race last year and looks over her shoulder, just coming up onto 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Again, 15:32.5 is the U.S. Prep all-time effort at 3 miles in cross country. Rylee Blade all by herself now. Coming up onto the final turns here at the Woodbridge Cross Country Classic, and a sweepstakes title within her sights. And just passing 15 minutes now. Keep an eye on the clock because here comes Rylee Blade. No high school girl has ever broken 15:30 in 3 miles in cross country. And for the first time ever, Rylee Blade, not only 15:30, she crushes it. Woodbridge cross country title for Rylee Blade of Santiago. Then Chiara Dailey in second, Lily Alder in third, and the defending champion Jane Hendren in fourth. Then Sadie Englehart finishes fifth, Hannah Thompson in sixth, and then the sophomore Sofia Rodriguez finishing in seventh. So far, 7 girls under 16 minutes, and they'll add another with Peyton Meineke. That makes it 8. This is Braylon Combe. She finishes 9th, and then Victoria Rodriguez will round out the top 10 finishers. Then Tessa Walters for Air Academy. Then Abigail Arrington, who won the rated race last year. Millie Bales of Trabuco Hills. Alexandra Fox of Lewisville Flower Mound. Grace Smith of Claremont. Banta of Air Academy. And here comes the peloton into the finish line. So not only did we have one girl under the national prep record of 15:32.5, 3 girls were under Jane Hendren's all-time effort from last year, led by Rylee Blade, 15:20.3 for the win here in the girls' sweepstakes race. And as the teams continue filing in, it was after 2 miles, Lewisville Flower Mound with the lead over Santiago, or excuse, Ventura. It looks like Flower Mound has all 5 of their runners across the line, along with Ventura and Buchanan. And as of right now, we'll expect those to change. Again, this is all unofficial, but right now, Lewisville Flower Mound 157. And at this point, they just became the first ever Texas school to win a sweepstakes team title here at the Woodbridge Cross Country Classic. Ventura's second, 193 points. Santiago, 215. Again, this will all change as soon as everybody crosses the finish line. Points will be adjusted. Two big moments, both on the individual and team side. One for Rylee Blade, of course, was annihilating Jane Hendren's national prep record. And then, to this point, Lewisville Flower Mound, the first ever Texas school at Woodbridge Cross Country Classic to win the sweepstakes team title. High school cross country after dark delivers once again. Woodbridge delivers once again. Certainly has been a great night here. Great 2 days, I should say. And that remains us with one more race to go. The Doug Specs Boys Sweepstakes Championship Race. An opportunity for Harriman to rewrite history too after watching that girls race. We're going to see it become the first ever team out of the state of California to have won 3 consecutive Woodbridge Cross Country Classic titles. Boys race just about 30 seconds away from the start as the Final girls just finishing up here in the Bob Day Girls Sweepstakes race. Brings us to race number 52.